In 2019, atmospheric carbon dioxide levels will make one of their highest leaps in the past 62 years of measurement, the UK's Met Office predicted Friday. With emissions at a record level already, the buildup of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere could be larger than what was seen in 2018 due to several factors, according to the UK's Met Office, an agency similar to NOAA in the US. The year-on-year increase of CO2 is getting steadily bigger as it has done throughout the whole of the 20th century, the Met Office's Dr. Chris Jones told BBC News. What we are seeing for next year will be one of the biggest on record, and it will certainly lead to the highest concentration of CO2. The Met's forecast is based on a combination of several factors, including rising anthropogenic emissions and a relative reduction in the uptake of carbon dioxide by ecosystems due to tropical climate variability. Another factor is the southern Pacific Ocean, which is expected to be warmer than usual this year. 1/2 tomorrow on. The Research Observatory at Mauna Loa in Hawaii has been continuously monitoring atmospheric CO2 content since 1958, along with collecting data on the chemical composition of the atmosphere. On January 23, 2019, the atmospheric CO2 level was 410.47 parts per million ppm. 1 year ago, on January 23, 2018, the CO2 level was 408.85 ppm. The warm sea surface conditions now will continue over the next few months, and that will lead into the vegetation response, said Dr. Chris Jones from the Met Office. Around the world, this heat has different impacts. In some places, it's hotter and drier and you get more forest fires. In a tropical rainforest, for instance, you reduce the natural growth of the vegetation. Chart increasing 410.25 parts per million ppm. 2019 it is these limits on the ability of the oceans and plants to absorb carbon dioxide that accounted for the rise in concentrations this year of 2.75 ppm, which is higher than the 2018 level. The Met Office is forecasting the mean atmospheric CO2 level to rise above 411.3 ppm in 2019. The monthly average will peak in May 2019 at around 414.7 parts per million and lower to 408.1 parts per million in September 2019 before rising again at the end of the year. Professor Richard Betts of the Met Office Hadley Center said, looking at the monthly figures, it's as if you can see the planet breathing as the levels of carbon dioxide fall and rise with seasonal cycle of plant growth and decay in the northern hemisphere. But each year CO2 is higher than the last, and this will keep happening until humans stop adding CO2 to the atmosphere.